today we are looking at the big question in tech and really across all of Europe is whether France is about to ban social media for teens.
That's right. Well, we know that a draft proposal is heading to French Parliament on Monday. And just yesterday, we saw Emmanuel Macron in his now famous shades. He sent a recorded message to French media BFM saying he's going to fast-track legislation and potentially there could be a ban as early as September. Let's take a listen.
We're going to ban social media for children under 15, and we are going to ban cell phones in our high schools. I believe this is a clear rule, clear for our teenagers, clear for our families, clear for our teachers, and we are moving forward. The brains of our children and teenagers are not for sale. Our teenagers' emotions are not to be manipulated, either by American platforms or by Chinese algorithms.
That's right. So we know that the French Parliament, they will put this through. And if this vote passes, it could be the second time that France is, in fact, trying to ban social media. We know they did try in 2023. They tried to introduce a digital legal age of 15, but that legislation, it actually coincided and conflicted with the European Union rules. How exactly this will be implemented, we don't know yet. It depends on the vote. But I have been speaking to Clara Chapez. She is the French ambassador for AI and digital affairs. And she says it's not the first time that France is starting from scratch when it comes to verifying ages online. We can take a listen to her now.
To give you an example, we had the same leadership when it came to check the age of people trying to access porn content online on porn websites. And this has been in place now for over 6 months. And as a result, the number of kids who are accessing porn websites has dropped by half. So, it works. And it's a process. It's going to have to, go around. We're going to have to see what works, what doesn't work. But it's definitely moving in the right direction.
Now, Charlotte, if this vote passes here in France, France will be the second democracy to enact a sweeping ban following Australia. So what do we know about how the ban has gone down under?
Well, we're more than 1 month into Australia's ban on under-16s having social media accounts. And those are accounts like YouTube, Instagram. There's about 10 of them. Snapchat, TikTok as well. What we know so far, and we do have some statistics, is that 4.7 million Australian social media accounts have been deactivated since the law came in. Meta, which has just renewed pleas for a reversal, says it has blocked up to 550,000 under-16 accounts in January alone. Reddit, that's another banned platform, has launched a legal challenge against the Australian government, and downloads of VPNs and other lesser-known apps, which skyrocketed before the ban, have since fallen back to normal levels. And of course, it's still early days. We don't know how this is impacting the teens just yet, but it seems like the legislation is working as intended, and the tech companies so far are playing along.
And it appears, the debate over all of this has kind of been building for the past couple of years. So what's changed to push France to this vote now?
Well, according to French media, this draft proposal that will be heading to the Parliament on Monday cites numerous studies just showing how dangerous and what the risks are when young people excessively use digital screens. And we know that even though this is something that Emmanuel Macron wants, he is also facing some public pressure. France's health watchdog says 1 in 2 teenagers spend up to 5 hours a day on smartphones. And a recent poll found that 4 out of 5 French adults support this ban. They want to see social media banned for younger teens and children. And we know that France has also been taking a much more assertive stance on tech and the internet more broadly. Just in the past year, we've seen high-profile cases such as legal action against the online fast fashion chain Shein. And we know that they just recently launched an investigation into Elon Musk's AI chatbot Grok. So when I spoke to Clara Chapez, she says it's not necessarily France is following Australia. It's really just a matter of time. Let's take a listen to her again.
Our president has been pushing a lot of effort, a lot of political will to make things happen. And over the course of the last year and a half is first build a coalition of scientists to, as I said, really like pinpoint what is the impact on mental health, what are the recommendations they, the scientists, come forward with. And this was one of the main recommendations. This is a measure that's going to impact everyone. So obviously that took a while. That's why the president engaged so much, like meeting people in all the regions of France, all departments. He hosted these big meetings where he met with families, with professors, with children.
And finally, Charlotte, it's not just France, is it? Other European countries are also looking to do something similar.
Well, it's not just Europe, it's the world. We know Malaysia on January 1, they enforced new age check restrictions. And Indonesia from March, they're also going to be tightening social media access for teenagers. And in Europe, we can see plenty. If we take a look at this map right now, we can see several countries are exploring similar restrictions. We know in the UK this week, the House of Lords backed a ban for under-16s, adding it to an existing bill which could accelerate the process and make it British law. Denmark plans to ban access to social media for anyone under 15. Spanish lawmakers are debating blocking accounts for under 16s as well as virtual spaces that use AI. And as you can see on this map, there are many other proposals going in Germany and Greece as well. So, Catherine, really what we're seeing is a broader global shift, a somewhat tech reckoning, if you will, where governments are really setting boundaries on these platforms that have really defined a generation.